Welcome to this map tour on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. I am here on OBERKREBACH. This is a new-ish map by RitchiF. I'm a few days behind because I was away at FarmCon 19, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the first look map tour for me. For you guys, you may have already seen other people do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because a lot of my subscribers will wait for me to do my review before watching anybody else's, so I thought I would do it anyway. So here we are stood at the main farm. If I turn just ever so slightly, we are facing north, east, south and west. Now we'll have a quick look on the map screen like so. The main farm is just here. This is not a very big map, it's only got 20 fields. It's got a very nice feel to it. I like this. You're going to get that impression as we go around the map. So we do start kind of just slightly east of central. You start with on New Farmer, that is. So I'm on New Farmer at the moment. On New Farmer you start with fields 13 and 14, which is just here, and the main farm, which is just here. Now if I do this, you'll see what you also start with. So we start with these grass fields, W1, 2, 3, and we've got all the animals are in place already. Now we start off with the chickens, the sheep, the pigs and the cows. Over this side of the map we've got the horse enclosure, the horse paddock. Now we don't own that bit at the start, which is fine, that's not a problem at all. We also don't own the biogas plant, but the biogas plant is only 104,880, so not overly expensive. It's not going to take too long to get around the map, but what I like is there's so much packed into a fairly small space, which is wonderful. Field prices aren't too expensive. I keep coming off that. There we go. 116,000, 194,000. We've got a big forest down on the southwest corner of the map. 246,000. Grass field and a bit more woodland there for 189. So you're looking, you know, around between 100 to 200,000. A couple a little bit more than that. We have got a patch. I think it actually might be over here where the barn is, and the horse paddock is actually fairly cheap. That's only 43,128. So not bad at all. As far as sell points, we have got AgriLB, Agroma. We've got the barn, grain mill, sawmill and spinnery. So we've got three main sale points: AgriLB, Agroma and the grain mill. If we scroll across, we're going to see a few things that are a little bit different, which I like. It's got to stand out on this one. If we look at the cotton there, AgriLB, Agroma and the spinnery all take cotton. So you can sell the cotton at any of those, and as you can see at Agroma the price for cotton is way higher than even at the spinnery at the moment. If we keep going across, the wool you can only sell at the spinnery. So you've got a big contrast there between the cotton and the wool, which, you know, that's fantastic. Milk you can sell at the grain mill, as you can with eggs as well, but not at the other sell points. Wood chips obviously at the sawmill, and if you get the biogas plant then obviously that gives you a few other options. Up at the top though at AgriLB you can sell manure at AgriLB, which is rather handy too. So let's come off of that. Oh yeah, contracts are available. Let's just have a quick look on there. They are available. There's only a couple at the start I've found. I think when I was on it earlier there was 4, but yeah, contracts are available, which is always good news. Now if we look a quick look around the yard, it seems at first glance to be quite tightly packed, quite closed in. Claustrophobic is the wrong word, but there's lots of detail. It's got a real natural feel to it. Well, I like that a lot. To our left we've got our main farmhouse. If we come around to here, this is where we can sleep, but it will say I'm not tired yet, like so. Thank you very much, I'm not tired. We have got a silo here, and there's an interesting one to that. We'll have a look at that in a second. That's a modded one by RitchiF. Now the actual animal enclosures are the standard in-game ones. We've got a chicken coop just here. If we go south a little bit, actually there's a little track around the corner, but we'll go around here. We've got our sheep enclosure, which is just here. Because they're the standard ones, I'm not going to go and show you, you know, where you buy from, where the troughs are. They're the ones that are in-game and have been right from the start of FS19. We've got some nice little barns and sheds, and it just gives it a real natural feel. Like I say, I really like that. Actually, I don't know if they're available to grab, or whether they're just part of the decor, possibly. We'll have a look at the vehicles that are available in just a second. We've got a workshop just here, more shed and shelter space just here. We've got the kind of in-game barn that we got, a few bits more machinery here, and then the farmland kind of opens up around. Now what I am going to do very quickly, we're going to jump to another little bit of video I did earlier. Now I'm on New Farmer, and on New Farmer we start with all the equipment and buildings that we've got. It's 606 slots out of 1299. If you start on Farm Manager, it's 468 slots out of 1299, which is a bit better. But on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you still start with all the animal pens and things. Now if you sell those, and you can sell those, if you sell them all, it's only 341 slots out of 1299. So I'm going to jump to that bit of footage now. I'm going to show you what this area looks like, and then what it looks like without them all on, because you might decide, you know what, I want to start on one of those, but I don't want all of this here. I want to kind of build my farm up or put things in how I want to. So I'm going to show you that just now. So we're over on Farm Manager, 468 slots, which I'm now removing all of the pens, the silo, the workshop and the farmhouse, which then puts our money up to 1,809,000, which is a pretty good start, and the slot count's down to 341, which I think is pretty good if you want to start out and build stuff yourself. So if you look now, the farmhouse has gone from our left hand side. Some of the other buildings are still there, we can't remove those, and some of the barn space is still there. The silo has gone, the chicken coop is gone, the sheep just past that other building there have all gone, which leaves this area open. I haven't tried landscaping it, so I assumed landscaping and placing a new stuff would be okay, but I haven't actually tried that yet. And looking out across the field there now, you can't actually see the pig pen's gone, and so has the cow pasture just up on the rise there. So as you can see, you know, it does clear it. It's not too bad at all. You know, if you want to start here rather than using one of the placeable areas. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of scope kind of around the main farm here, which is absolutely fantastic. Now as far as machinery goes, let's go into our garage. We start with the Valtra N134. We've got an armour track. I love the armour track, real mighty little tractor that. We've got John Deere 6135M. We've got a Russell Mash Nova, I think, is it Nova? Or am I thinking of a different one? It is the Russell Mash anyway. We've got a Fortune HW80 trailer, the header for the Russell Mash, a Salford plough, Row cultivator, we've got a seeder, we've got a loading wagon, header trailer, weight, and then we move on to the pens, which, like I say, you can sell if you want to. You can get rid of them, and obviously they are available in the in the store anyway, because they're the in-game ones. But this is the interesting one: small silo multi-fruit. Now this is a modded one that's been done particularly for this map. We've got a workshop and we've got the farmhouse. So if we scroll across at the top and we go down to silos, the standard grain silo there is 110,000, which is the in-game one. If we go across to the modded one they've put in, which is this one here, small silo multi-fruit, it takes everything. 200,000 litre capacity, 110,000 to buy, but it will take your grain types, it will take pig food, sugar beet potatoes, it will take your forage, it will take silage, total mix ration, you know. That's fantastic. I like it that that's been added in. So you're kind of still keeping that original look, but you've got all that additional capacity, and then you can add obviously extensions to that, which will keep it pretty handy and relevant. Very, very nice bit of kit. So let's get on with getting around the map. We're going to head north and kind of do a circuit round. I think we're going to jump into the John Deere. No, let's grab the Valtra. I don't know why. I don't use Valtras very often, so let's grab the Valtra. So obviously, because I'm a new farmer, we've got 100,000 in the bank. Let's just back out this way. It's a nice yard. This map's going to be for small to medium equipment. This is not a massive machinery map, and the map's not huge anyway. I don't want to use the word quaint because that seems a bit kind of rude and detrimental, but it is quaint. It's got a real feel to me, a bit like Altenstein, a bit like, I'm trying to think, Upper Lusatia. It's got a little bit of a feel of that about it. Very picturesque, nice small map. Fuel tank over to the side there. Water is available here at the pond, and there is a river as well but you can back down to that and the water is free. So, but there are plenty of water mods available now as well. One of my favourites at the moment is the standpipe mod, but so we've got these like concrete slabs. I like the fact that they've been done so they're kind of slightly at different levels. You get that feeling they've been placed down and you're kind of bumping along them. It's obviously got to a point the ground's so muddy they need to put something in to stop you sinking in, but tiny little kind of almost placeable area to the left hand side. I did worry that it hadn't loaded up properly and there was supposed to be something there, but it's the second time loading in and nothing's changed from that point. To our right we've got our pigs, so we're heading north out of the farm. Our pig enclosure, some more barn space, and then we move up to our cow pasture, which is just up the top here. Again, like I say, it's the standard one. I like the fact we've got this raised, this elevation in the ground. Again, that field at the farm has probably expanded over time. They've had to terrace it a little bit to get it to where they want it to be. But very, very nice. Now we own fields W1, 2 and 3, which are kind of over there and down the side of the farm as well. So we've got a bit of grass as well off the start. And with the equipment you start with, you can actually just get straight into farming. It's not like some maps where you've got a very big map and you start with very small machinery and you feel that almost immediately you've got to get something bigger, otherwise it's going to take you forever. This one absolutely just gets straight on with it. It's brilliant. So, as you can see, the map's not huge because we've come to the T-junction here and we're almost at the top of the map. We've got field 2 directly ahead of us. We're going to take a right turn because we're going to go around clockwise. Get a nice feel for the landscape. I like it. And once you come out of that farm area, which felt a bit kind of tight and claustrophobic from the start, the map opens up. It's very open. It's not hemmed in by too many fences or hedges or anything like that. It's laid out really nicely. Northeast corner of the map, we're coming up to the animal dealership, which is just up here. We'll swing around into that in a moment. So just up here at the top corner, we've got our animal dealership. Our buy point, collection point, just there. Go past that and head back out. So now we're going to head down the eastern side of the map, but we're heading south. See what we'll do, just show you one, just to make sure I don't confuse anyone. So we've started at the main farm here. We've headed out to the main farm, past the pig enclosure, past the cows, onto the main road to the T-junction just here by field 2. We've come east, up to the animal dealership. Now we're heading down the eastern side of the map, south, towards this lake and down towards the main sort of town. And we'll, like I say, we'll do a route round and we'll take in all the major sell points. As I always say on these map tours, I'm not going to be able to show you absolutely everything, but this being a fairly small map, or a smaller map than I've done reviews on recently, we're going to get to see a fair bit of it. So these are our grass fields as part of the farm, and another entrance to the farm just there. We've got a bit of woodland on the side of the farm. Nice lake off to the left hand side. It's all the little details. It looks like there's been some logging going on, logs piled up already. There's a nice little bench with, or a couple of benches to sit and overlook the lake there, and a little parking spot. And then we're moving in towards the town. Lovely church. I don't know, it just feels very picturesque. It does have a feel of Upper Lusatia about it, I think. It's got that same kind of feel to it. I like it. I like it. River running around here just to the south of us, and we are going to head down to the first of our sell points, or the first I'm going to show you. I say the first of the sell points. Great detail. Oh, on the wrong side of the road. There we go. So just round the back here is actually fairly early in the morning. I think what I might do, speed time up a little bit so we can get the light up a little bit more. So we are now down in the southeast corner of the map. If we have a quick look down here, we are at Agri LB, and there is a lime station around the back here, down by fields 18, 19 and 20. So if we just quickly move around the back, the light should change in a minute, around 9 I think it will change again. So we've got a lime point just there. I'm going to take the track here rather than going to the town just yet. Just want to run around the bottom part of the map. So we are now heading west, but we're on the southern edge of the map. Like I say, it's not big. It hasn't taken us long to get to the bottom of the map. There's no seed refill point as such. Again, there are plenty of mods available, plus the store's not that far away from the farm to go and collect pallets if you want to do that, or you want to place in one of the mods, or you know, whatever you want to do. I think map makers, not all map makers are putting seed refill points and stuff in now because of the amount of mods available. You can then just put them wherever you want them, really. And I think the whole concept of going to buy the pallets yourself and is what farmers would do. You know, some farmers will buy in bulk, they'll have delivered to their farm and then put them into silos, and that kind of option is available as well with various different mods. So we come across the bottom bit here. What I like as well, and it's one of those cool features, you don't get it on all maps, is that when you get towards the edge of the map, it's not obvious you're at the edge of the map. It's done in such a way that it's kind of masked, almost hidden. Some maps you just get an edge and it's right there and it's glaringly obvious, and this has got a feel that it kind of does go on a bit further, you know. So we'll head just up into the town because we need to go to the store, and we've got some more sell points. I say town, I suppose it's a town, maybe village. This detailing, look, it's lovely, lovely. It's only about 140 megabyte download as well. It's not obviously because being a small map, but there's a lot of detail considering. And obviously the slot count's not too high on it either, I don't think, personally. So we've got a fuel station, petrol station, gas station with a bicycle on the roof. Wow. Someone's had to be pretty angry to lose their temper and throw the bike up on the roof. I don't know if most of that, but we have got the store just here. Our store buy point, our sell point, customization point, repair point, just here. If you reset a vehicle, if you happen to end up in a ditch, in a river, upside down, and you can't get it back, your vehicles will reset here. I forgot to send. There we go, back down again. We've gone past midday. So the vehicles will reset to this point here. We are going to just jump in again. I'm going to go past the. Well, not past, we're going to go west again. To the next sell point. Nice and colourful, the town as well. Like I say, I don't know, very natural feel. It's cool, I like it. So, we have got here, this is the grain mill. So the grain mill sell point is just here. OBERKREBACH. And then just opposite we've got the spinnery. Now this is a little bit tighter to get into, and I'm thinking probably out of as well. Let's go if I don't put any traffic, but it's quite a narrow entrance to get round here, and I don't think there's an exit around the back. So when you're bringing things like, if you do bring cotton here, I think that's why we've got sell points for cotton at some of the sell points. Because manoeuvring around in here might be a little bit tight when you've got some of the bigger bales. Obviously the round bales and the new John Deere Cotton DLC might be a little bit easier, but that's a very pricey bit of machinery to be using on a small map. So yeah, not sure you would necessarily spend 850 grand on a harvester to do a tiny field. I don't know. Leasing? Maybe. Right, continue east, following the river to our south. Look at the mountains in the distance. Very, very cool. It's not particularly hilly, but we do have some undulations. We do have. I think that's what adds to that nice feel to it. You've got a few sweeps up hills and nothing over the top, nothing drastic, but it's just has a very nice feel. So our forest in our southwest corner, and our sawmill are just here. Sawmill being right next to the forest, so I'm going to take your lumber too far. Log sell point just here, and wood chip sell point just over there. Back out onto the road and carrying on. We're going to head north again in a minute, up the western side of the map. So just to our left, we've got the horse paddock. And this area here with the horse paddock and the barn was a bit, it's only 43,000 or something to buy. So the barn is just over here. There we go. Try and get the light on that a little bit better, but it's a little bit tricky to do. There's your sell point there. And then we've got our horse paddock just over here. Again, standard in-game one, so the troughs are in the same positions, and your buy point, delivery point is just there. But what I also like about this, we've got a bit around the sides here. It's like you can come and do some horse riding. You get the impression that looks like a kind of like a brauhaus pub, whatever you want to call it. Got some seating outside for barbecues and just enjoying people's company in the nice weather. Back out from here and almost opposite on the other side of the road. We've got the next of the sell points. And for a very small map, we've got a lot of sell points. And it's weirdly, you get some maps in contrast which are much larger with very few sell points. So it's, you know, I like having the option. I like having more sell points, you know. Right, so this one here, don't want to get it wrong. We've come all the way across, past the sawmill, the barn. We are at Agroma, and we are heading up the western side of the map now. Heading north, we're going to turn round past H2 to the biogas plant and then head back into the main farm. It doesn't take too long. We haven't done a lot in the middle, but like I say, there's, you know, you need stuff to explore, things to find. Got a little nursery of pine trees on the right hand side, all adding to that immersion, that nice feel to the map. I think I can take this little track round, cutting off the corner. Doesn't cut off much of the corner, but it does cut off the corner. And up a little lane across here. Right, so we're heading across the northern part of the map again. And to our left we've got an area that says H2, and if you look on the Modhub, it does say this is like a placeable area, so you can buy this. It might be you don't want the farm where it is, you might want to sell the bits there. This has been put in as relatively flat, I think actually pretty much flat, to be a helpful placeable area. It's a nice big size, so you might want to decide to put a second farm up here or your main farm up here and do a bit of landscaping and kind of transform the area. So that's H2. And then we've got the biogas plant just coming up here. You will need to buy the biogas plant in order to use it and make money from it. That's pretty much standard in game now. Actually what we'll do is just cut across here. So we have got the anaerobic digester, the sell point just there. When you own it, that will come up on the map, and then you've got the digestate tank just there. So when you put stuff into the digester, the byproduct is digestate, which you can use as a fertilizer. Now, as you can probably tell, there is no silo. There's no silo at the main farm, and there's no bunker silo here either at the biogas plant, but you do have this big open area. What I did do before I came on was had a bit of a fiddle around just to double check, because I know on previous maps that I've done map reviews on, people have said I've tried to place a silo, it won't let me. I have had a fiddle around. You're not going to get a large silo in here. You certainly won't get a large double silo in here, but I did manage to put in a double medium. It sits at a slight angle, I think kind of that direction, but you can fit a double medium in here, and obviously you'll get the small ones in, and there's plenty of modded ones as well you can have a fiddle around with. But once you own this plot of land, it is pretty flat as well. You can put your own bunker silo in, whichever one you choose to use. You should be able to place it and it will go in, and your biogas is good to use. I hope you've got a kind of feel for it. It's like I say, I'd said right at the start I was going to say it, and it's got a very nice flow, nice feel to the whole thing. So what we're going to do now is, oh actually no, I want to turn down this one here. So we're heading south, back down the middle of the map again, back towards our farm. We came out of that gate on the way out. We're just now down past our field, or actually in the top by our field 14. So these are the two fields we own, 14 and 13. There's a little track just here. And we've got a gate like this one here. Same as I'm finding on the Pinky, I can imagine a very relaxed, nice, easy-going let's play on this. Small machinery, going out and just enjoying playing the game. You know, Not necessarily back to basics, you can have whatever machinery you want, but I just think that would be absolutely fantastic. It's a lovely map. Really well done by RitchiF. Nicely laid out. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that enough. It's great. And that's it. That's the tour round. It's not a huge map. We've kind of got in all the sell points, seen some of the lovely scenery. It's nice, it's colourful. And like I said, once you get out of this main kind of farm area, it kind of really opens out. Lovely. Really nice map. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.